Because it says it's not. It says try. Okay, there we go. Because twice I tried it, and twice it said, you're not live streaming. Try again. All right, but we're all set. We're up and running. So, hi everybody. We're all set. We're gonna get ready to do our Friday night SmackDown and Saturday night's main event recap from this past weekend. Hope everybody that's tuning in enjoys it. So if you guys are all set, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live edition of Top Rope Report here on TikTok Live and YouTube. I'm your host, the illustrious Mr. Trivia, and joining me each and every week, my co-host, my tag team partner, my best friend, the best in the business, the Notes Greg, and Mr. 24/7, who I still think has an inside track on who's going to win these matches. But so, but how's it going, everybody? All right. So if we're all set, we. Just in case you see me changing that little t-shirt Okay. So if you guys are all set, we can get ready with our Friday Night SmackDown report. Alright. Well, this week's Friday Night SmackDown came from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the same place that China Men's event came from, and where Evolution will be coming from. In true Top Rope for fashion, we are kicked off by Mr. 24/7, and this week we had LA Knight come out to the ring to open up the show. Mr. 24/7, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you. So yeah, LA comes out. I think when LA starts, I think it like the fans are so behind them. So it gave them something to kind of get up and they were feeling them good, and it was a good start, I thought. So he comes out and he starts talking about things like predictions and spoilers are two things. Well, he starts talking about Heyman. He's like two things that come out of Heyman's mouth a lot are predictions and spoilers.
Thank you.
He's like, Heyman thinks he holds all the power. And in some ways he does. And then he goes on to start talking about Seth. He's like, Seth is a desperate man. But I think it's a little wash, which I thought was a nice jab he threw at him. He has to make a desperate move by joining Heyman and form the Goon Troop. What do you say? They form the Goon Troop with that Slophouse Reed and the Dog Breaker. That boy just comes out with some wild stuff, man. So he's like, they tried to hurt me on the orders of Seth Rollins because Seth could not do it himself. He's like, I just want justice. I want to hurt you. Just basically he wants to hurt Seth. And look what happened. I mean, it's not like he actually did it, but he's like, you're back there thinking that you're not scared. He's like, well, you don't have to be scared to get your ass kicked. He's like, and that's not a prediction or a spoiler. That's just the fact of life. I am the spoiler. And then we get Paul Heyman. And he comes out and he starts talking this little shit to the fans. And, he says that he's blessed with many gifts and he can see the future. And our future, meaning him and Seth and Braun and Bronson there, our future is this entire industry. The future for LA Knight is nothing, because you have no future at all. As soon as he gets done with that, solo music hits and him and his crew come out. And he starts talking to Heyman. Basically, like, since you left the family, everything changed. There's no more bloodline, there's no more tribal chief, no more wise man. And one thing Heyman did say, he called himself the Oracle. which is, I guess, his new thing. I don't know how I feel about it. The Oracle. I don't know. But anyway, no more bloodline, no more wise men. So, Heyman, if you want to live to see another day, you better leave the building now before my MFPs put you through another table. That's a little weird to me too, the NFT thing. I don't know. And Heyman quickly scurried off. And they pretty much surround the ring. They want to dump LA. Jimmy Grant comes out, grabs a couple chairs, and he gets in there, stands with LA, and Solo and his MFT pretty much leave the ring. So it wasn't really any physicality, not like that. But I thought it was a pretty decent way to start. Like I said, LA's good at getting the fans going, so I thought he got the show started pretty good. I gave it a B.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in this morning. We appreciate that. Yeah, one question before I start though. It's MMT or MMP?
M as in mother, F as in fucker, T as in Congress.
Oh, MFT, which stands for what? Oh, okay. I didn't think they said what it stood for. So, okay. Yeah, but LA Knight, I love him on the mic. Great promos. We all know this was done before Saturday night's main event, so he was out there talking smack about everybody with the bloodline, and they'll always be the bloodline to me. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good promo. Paul Heyman, played the part well when they told him, you're going to have to, get out of here. We're going to end up putting you through a table like we did last year. And then they turned their attention to LA Knight, telling him about that. And it was just one of those really good promos. I thought it was a good way to start off SmackDown promo-wise. I wouldn't have been upset if they started off with a decent match, but I thought it was good. I gave it a B+.
Okay, so I take back some of my legs because I totally misheard everything here. First of all, teacher, what did they say MFT stands for?
My family tree.
Oh, okay.
Solo Sikoa is, related to really Tom and Tagalolo or whatever. I think they're pretty much covered almost everything in LA Knight said, but one thing that he did say specifically when he was talking to Seth, he said, Seth, I want your dignity, I want justice, and to be honest, I want to hurt you. Or Shatter, all the songs, anyways, and I think part of that over that stress was the LA Knight, they shake, that was fine, but the rest of it felt worse. To them threatening to do the same thing to LA Knight, him standing his ground, to all of a sudden Jimmy Uso comes out of nowhere, throws the chair and sit up on two chairs, and it just everything else just did not need to happen. If you were doing that all to tell me there was going to be a 6-man tag match later, or there's going to be a tag team match later on the show. Way too much time to develop a whole bunch of nothing. This isn't a 3-hour-long SmackDown anymore. It's 2 hours. So now we have limited time, and I didn't need the extra 5-minute bullshit. Just give the LA Paul Heyman thing, and that's it. Fine, boom. Over and done. It would have been great. So yeah, I didn't think I thought, like you said, I thought that it was elegant or even straight up be with you guys. But when you throw all the other BS that was there, they don't want you, they never explained what MTS was. It was just like a paint or something. We heard that.
I've never heard of it either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Nice. So,
Everything on my end is nice and clear.
yeah. There you go.
All right, you want me to restart?
Yeah.
All right. Be right back. Okay, guys, hold on for 1 second. We're going to do a restart here. Usually works better after the restart. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get to 1K. Come on. Okay. All right.
Okay. Sorry, back to registry report. After that, we then went to a fatal four-way. Where it had one member of each of the tag teams that are at tonight's Evolution Premium event. It was so good. Taking out Legend Bliss, taking out Kyrie Sane, taking out Roxanne Perez. Mr. Trivia, you are up first.
All right. Thank you. Yes, very, very beautiful women in this match. I really thought before the match started, I was just amazed at how great Charlotte looked in that cowboy hat and all that other stuff. But I thought this was a good match. If that fatal four-way is going to be anything like the tag, or if the tag team match is going to be anything like the fatal four-way, then that's going to be one of the top matches on Evolution tonight. I thought it was a really good show, a really good match rather. I think the right team won because unfortunately I don't have them picked for the prediction show, but I thought the right team won.
What team? It was a singles match. What team are you talking about?
Well, I consider it a team because Alexa got the win, so I consider her and Charlotte, their team as winning it. But yeah, I mean, Alexa got the win. She pinned, I believe it was Kyrie Sane. And I just enjoyed the match. I thought it was great. I mean, back and forth, everybody was just going at it, and really wasn't much in the way of outside interference, which was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't much. You had Roxanne outside, you had Zarya outside.
Yeah, Roxanne in the match.
I mean, not Roxanne, Raquel. You had Raquel outside the ring. You had Zarya outside the ring. So it really wasn't that much of interference in the match, which is what I liked. But I enjoyed it. I gave it a B.
Okay, I'm up next. Yeah, I mean, I have to kind of slightly disagree. Yeah, was it a good match? Barely. Was there a lot of standout points in this match? I mean, kind of, but it was. I mean, I didn't like the ending, although it was predictable. And Michael Cole even made a point about how Kyrie Sane has been on this winning streak, and then she takes the pin. Okay, or whatever. One person that really stood out in this match was Soluka. She did a couple moves. Her double soul snatcher out of the corner. For me, it's a move that can easily RKO where it comes out of nowhere. You see her go up and jump off, so all you take a step back and she's gonna miss. Whatever. But that I left Rob flipping over and then flipping over the ropes, whatever she had somersault. I mean, even Charlotte Flair had a look of astonishment on her face. With a little separation, but I think if we see Zarya perform well tonight with everybody else, I think Zarya will look ahead of the main roster like the next team. I really think they can really inject something into the tag division. They just, they not, but they could be a good tag team. That the only other thing in this entire match is, so yes, a little bit of outside interference. I'm trying to cool that from over the announcer's table right into just towards the lap. I can't remember who it was. But then we got the weird looking sister Abigail DDT. It's almost like Kyrie Sane didn't know what she was supposed to do to take it. And just moved her cluster out of the end. So the other, once again, after the insane elbow attempt and Charlotte got her knees up, I think they're kind of didn't know what to do. So yeah, I thought this match was okay, but not quite the good that given the scene.
Okay.
So 24/7.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Definitely could have been better, but I have to agree. I thought Saul Ruka looked really good. I don't really get to see a lot of her. So to see her here, I was impressed. And yeah, you're right. I mean, with her finisher, really all they gotta do is, like you said, take a step back, but that movement gotta be hard to do.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm not saying it differently, yeah.
I mean, especially to hit a double, double skull set. I thought that was really cool. I wouldn't have been mad if that was even the finish and they had her win. That would have been okay with me. I think I actually would have played that a little better, especially with the way that the finish ended up going. I think you're right. I think Kyrie Sane got all mixed up there at the end. Because I was thinking to myself, her switch the way she's going to be doing this move or something, because it was just something weird about it. And I don't know. The one thing I didn't like was Kyrie taking the pin, because I sucked and I got her taking the pin tonight, so I'm like, dang it, she ain't taking it again. But whatever. I was okay with Alexa winning. I think Saul Ruka would have been better, but decent match. Raquel did a little bit from the outside. I think she stopped a bit at one point or so. Zarya did a little bit. She got also just a little on the outside. And I think Asuka did some. I think that all four of them actually did something, but there was not much of it going on. So it wasn't. It wasn't them taking over the match or anything like that. So I thought it was okay. Like I said, could have been better. I will go, because it's all Ruka, I'm going to B minus.
Alright, after that, we then went to the tag team matchup for the WWE Tag Team Championship, where it was the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, defending against the Wyatt Sixes, Dexter Lewis, and Joe Gacy. I am up first for this, and I mean, this match was so entertaining. I wish this was not our premium, by the way. I mean, we got 17 minutes, but we had 3 commercial breaks, which really broke up the momentum in this match. I just really wish this could have been a pretty rivalry match where we didn't have the commercial breaks, or side by side for the entire match. But it's a back and forth battle. I mean, oh my God, this was just a great match. There's so much that went on with this. One little part where Montes for Dexter Lumis avoided what could have been a really bad injury with a sunset with power bomb on the top rope. I mean, Joe Gacy kicking out of the Doomsday Blockbuster. I kind of missed it. They had to show the replay when it kicked out because they were focused on Montes Ford taking Lumis off the apron, so they had to show a replay of it. But other than that, it was action-packed. We got everything in this match, and why they did it, they put a title in the white 6. So it's a tag team. I don't know if it's going to be the Freebirds rule or any of the 4 guys. I don't know who knows. Maybe we can cross them on there and wrestle the time. But yeah, well deserved. I'm so happy for them to get a title. This is, Island of Misfit Toys. These are 5 WWE superstars that I think are all very talented, but never really were able to find a niche or find the right thing, and now they've got the right thing. Congratulations to them. I love them. I love this. They were strong, solid B+.
All right, Cactus Chris, thanks for joining.
Mr. 24/7.
I definitely agree with everything he said. This was a really entertaining match. Nothing against Street Profits. They're one of the best tag teams in the company. I just think that their championship run has just been kind of blah. So I think it was time to switch them up, and to have Gacy and Lumis be the ones to take the titles. I thought is a great move. I think the Wyatt Six are the fans are definitely behind them. They're over, and I think they can pretty much elevate the tag titles here. I think they're going to have a good run, and they looked really good here in this match. I thought both teams did good. They both had time, their times on top. They both were able to have their, get their stuff in. A lot of offense, a lot of back and forth action, a lot of big moves. Eric Rowan ended up coming out, kind of helped them out a little bit. I think it wasn't enough where it ruined the match, or it was like, oh, they only won because of him. It wasn't anything like that. It was just enough, and I think it was good to have him out there. Because to me, Eric Rowan's one of the biggest parts of the whole group. So I love seeing Eric Rowan out there. I would have been a little happier if he was one of them that they had the title, but I'm okay with what we got, because Gacy and Lumis, they're a good tag team, and I'm okay with it. But yeah, they had Montez Ford pulled out a whole bunch of good moves here. He hit, where is it? Or he went for the splash, for the slap off the top, and Lumis kind of moved out of the way. Makes the tag to Gacy, and they hit their finish to win the titles. I thought it was a good way to finish the match, where we get, I say this all the time, but we get the finishing move and a clean 1, 2, 3. I loved it. This was a great match, and I agree with it should have been a premium live event match. I think, SummerSlam a few weeks away, but I think we could have even had it there, and it would have been nice. But change. I think Wyatt Six is going to do a good job with these titles, and I can't wait to see what they do here. I'm going to go with B plus. This was a great match.
Oh, DJ Cover.
Yeah, I haven't gave DJ over in a while, so
You haven't. Sure.
All right. I see everybody's messages. I'm just not going to respond right now while the guy's talking, but I see them all. Yeah, kudos to the Wyatt Six. Great tribute to Bray Wyatt winning the tag team titles. I thought it was awesome. I knew eventually they were going to get the titles. I think that Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis are the two main people in that group that are the tag team. We're not going to see Eric Rowan much in the tag team, probably. He's more like an enforcer type guy for the Wyatt Six. And Uncle Howdy, he's just the Bray Wyatt type, so to speak. But yeah, I thought it was a really good match. Congratulations to them. It's been a long time. They came a long way. Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, really not much was going on in their early careers with WWE. And then they formed the Wyatt Six and put them together, and now they're tag champions. I just hope that they can give them a decent run with the titles and see how well they do with it. But I enjoyed the match. I gave it the same grade DJ did. I gave it a B plus.
All right, I'll get sweet with the B pluses. All right. After that, we then had an outstanding performance start by Jelly Roll. Actually, before that, backstage we saw all the other tag divisions in the back, DIY trying to rally them all, only to find out that Andrade and Ray Phoenix entered the tag team division on Friday nights. Anybody, I don't know, just quick question on the sidebar. Do either of you think that the only reason why we're not getting Lucha Brothers is because of the single success that Phantom was having and is having before Ray Phoenix came to WWE?
I think so.
I think that has
Anything else.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it.
Because I was so looking forward to tag team main event next year of the Usos versus Lucha Brothers. But after that, we then went to Jelly Roll coming out for our performance, only interrupted by Logan Paul. Sorry, this is 24/7. It's your
All right. So yeah, Jelly Roll comes out. He's singing one of his songs, and everybody's into it. He's singing as he comes down the aisle. He gets in the ring, and Logan Paul comes out, and interrupts him, starts talking shit, and basically he's like, everyone's here to see real WWE superstars, not to listen to music, from people with tattoos on their face of their kids they don't even have custody of. I was like, come on, dude, are you kidding me? He's like, you belong on stage, not in this ring. And then goes on to say, I'm disgusted by celebs and influencers coming into our industry, leeching off of our success on a platform we built. In my head, I'm going, bro, really? That is you to a T. But I get why he's saying that, because it's pretty much what he did. So, it was a good heel thing to do from Logan, so I was okay with it. But he's like, clout chasers like you disgusting. He's like, WWE don't need a Jelly Roll, it needs a Logan Paul. Alright. And Randy comes out and he's pissed off. He's fuming, face face is all red. He comes running out. He's like, you got the nerve to call Deli an outsider in his hometown? He's like, he's one of the biggest names in the music industry. If anyone is an outsider, it's you. So he goes to tell him, like, it's you. Everything you're saying is you. He's like, so listen up real good, you entitled, whining little bitch. And pretty much everyone in the back bends over backwards and does all they can to make sure that Logan Paul looks good, which I agree with. They do. Logan is good. That boy came into the business and he can go. But definitely agree with what Randy said there. Definitely everyone back there, everyone he's been in the ring with so far, has got a part in why he's looking good. And so he's talking shit. All of a sudden, Drew comes out of nowhere. It's a Claymore on Randy. I'm just like, come on. But in my head, I'm going, I'm glad he did that for the night. So for the show last night, I'm like, cool. So Logan starts getting on Randy, and he's punching him and doing what he does. And then Jelly Roll comes over, grabs Logan. He kind of just gives him a little slam, like kind of just throws him to the ground. Like, all right. They didn't have Jelly do too much. You could tell that he's obviously probably training, so he's learning what to do. So I think he did just enough to where it was cool. So he slams Logan down. Logan kind of rolls out of the ring with that stupid look on his face. Jelly and Randy they're standing tall in the ring. I thought it was all right. I didn't really see much wrong with this segment. I thought obviously Randy coming out and adding what he added to it made it good. I'm going to give this segment a B. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see why they bought Jelly Roll out. It was his hometown. Great musician. I'm really not much into his music. I mean, I know who he is. I know what kind of music he plays. I don't have an issue with it. Logan Paul comes out, gets in the ring, and the first thing I thought of was, I don't want to see Logan Paul and Jelly Roll in a match. And then, he just got to talking like DJ said, he got to tell him he doesn't belong here and, all the other happy-go-lucky crap. And, but I'll tell you though, just like I probably would have noticed it later on, but I noticed it sooner after Greg said it. Jelly Roll lost a lot of weight and he looked really good. And I think if he gets the right amount of training, he might actually do pretty well. Not saying he's going to be a WWE superstar overnight, but he might actually be able to hold his own, especially in a tag team match where you really don't have to be in the match that long, especially if you're in with a person like Randy Orton. But, yeah, I mean, he grabbed him by the hair and threw him out of the ring. And so it was just one of those things where, the crowd loved it. They enjoyed it because it was Jelly Roll and he was in Atlanta. But I really wasn't much into it. I gave it a C+.
Okay. All right, yeah, so I'm closer to, well, actually, I'm closer to Trivia's rate than Mr. 24/7's. Once again, we're now at 2 hours SmackDown, we have a 3 hour. Why did we need to have the band, the music, Jelly Roll walking up the aisle scene and getting into the ring? Why not just have, hey, you come back to the nursery, Nashville's own Jelly Roll is in the ring. WWE SmackDown in Nashville, then have Logan Paul come out and interrupt him. There's wasted, and this is something that in this segment to me was what you do to fill a 3 hour show. Now you're going to have a mentor to talk about those little 2 minutes and 7 seconds long. So that was my first thing about this. And Orton McIntyre just the spotlight of the match, of the match that will ring. But in it, and I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, it was just okay for me. Just has been training to learn how to take bumps and bruises and stuff like that. I thought when he tossed Logan Paul off the ring where he just kind of took it and then Logan Paul rolled over and over exaggerated into the corner, just rolling out of the ring. So yeah, that's just okay for me to see.
All right.
And after that, we then went to the next matchup where it was, is it R-Truth? Is it Ron Killings? Is it Ron Truth? Is it R Killings? I don't even know. But he was taking Aleister Black. Tribute, you were up first.
All right, thank you. Very surprising at the ending of this match and the outcome of the match. Didn't last long at all. I mean, you know, he had a chair in the ring, and the referee was like, you know, you use that chair, I'm going to disqualify you. And then comes the roll-up of death. And, I mean, I'm glad that R-Truth was able to, you know, get a W, because normally if he had his older character, he probably would have got annihilated against Aleister Black, especially getting hit with a black mask. But, yeah, I didn't really care too much for the match. It was nice to see R-Truth in the ring. It was nice to see him get a W, especially against Aleister Black, because Aleister Black has been a veteran almost as long as R-Truth. He's been around the world lots of times, and I'm expecting to see probably another match between these two coming up pretty soon. But yeah, I really didn't care too much for the match. Like I said, it wasn't a very long match. I gave it a C-.
Okay, I love match, and I mean, this match really, it could have been a good match if they had time for it. But this was really the first time that you're like, you know, we've got to do something here. It's only a 2-hour show. And it was definitely rushed. I think they spent just as much time backstage with Aleister Black talking with Damien Priest as they did in this match. And I mean, that's definitely if you're not going to be able to get behind Aleister Black against Damien Priest.
Yep.
That's going to be great. But I mean, yeah, there really wasn't much in this match. And I think that it was only 2 minutes and 7 seconds long. I mean, how much I think when you talk about the match, how long the match actually was. But yeah, I can agree. Trivia is great. I'm generously giving a C-. That's only because of that Aleister Black. I'm giving a D+ because of Aleister Black. I'm out of my hands, and he took the loss, damn it. So D+.
I mean, it's hard to even say anything because it was so short. I mean, you can tell from right off the bat, you can tell they were just trying to rush through the match. Unfortunately, it's probably because of the Jelly Roll segment and the solo part coming out in that first segment. So it was just, like you've been saying, there was time that was wasted throughout the show. And it was kind of unfair for these two guys because, you know, obviously the fans want to see R-Truth. Aleister Black is just, I think he's really good. So I like seeing him in the ring. And we just didn't get to see much here. And what we did see was kind of just R-Truth doing his thing for 2 minutes. I mean, Black got a little bit in. But I thought it was more R-Truth here. Truth ends up grabbing a chair at the end. He didn't end up using it. The ref kind of grabbed it. Aleister grabbed it, and then the ref took it from him. And then Truth just rolled out for 1, 2, 3. This sucked. sucks, man, because you know there's a little bit of a story that we have with these two guys that they've been going with. So I wouldn't mind actually seeing a match. You know, I don't know. It's unfortunate that it's the way it went down. I think a C minus is fair because it was really not much of anything. But the 2 minutes we got, I thought was okay. So I think C minus is fair.
After that, we then had Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus from face to face in the ring. I go first for this one, so I'm just going to go right on into it. Tiffany and Trish, for a little time that they actually talked on the mic, both of them kind of got a couple little jabs. I know Tiffany telling Trish Stratus she learned all about her by watching VHS was a great line. I mean, ever since that little disaster of Charlotte, where she just got buried by Charlotte, she's really taken to the right and improved. And then Stratus is responding by asking her if she learned about VHS from TikTok. I mean, so that was kind of good. But then we had Naomi come down and saying, reminding them both that it's not, there's always a possibility she may cash in. And then what happens? We get Jay Cargill coming out and attacking them from behind, and that pretty much closed the segment. There really wasn't much to it. Lou said nothing to accomplish. I gave this a C minus as well.
Okay.
Just the 21st second.
Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot to it. Like you said, I mean, it was okay. I think it kind of got on her a little bit. Wade pretty much asked Tiffany why she chose Trish to be her opponent, and Tiffany's like, I beat pretty much everybody else, so why not face one of the GOATs? So after I beat her, maybe I can be considered one of the greatest of all time. And Trish was like, she feels a little bit of pressure in the match, but Tiffany should be feeling pressure too, because she needs to beat me if she wants to be considered one of the best, one of the GOATs. She's like, because I already am. She's like, when I win, I'm going to leave with this title, and you're going to leave with nothing. Like, all right, little comeback from Trish. And then Naomi comes out. To me, I didn't care for Naomi coming out here. I guess I see why, because whatever, it's a title match and she got the briefcase, so fine, I get it. But I could have went without it. But she comes out, she talks a little bit of shit, and then Jade attacks her, and they fought. And that was it. Jade beat her up. Everybody came out, tried to stop them and whatever. But it was okay. There wasn't a whole lot to it. I think we could have got a lot more out of Trish and Tiffany, especially being that, the night is the match. Being that was the last time they're going to be together before fighting, I think we should have got a little bit more. Unfortunately, we didn't. I think I'll go with B. Because I thought with what we did get was okay. So I'll go C.
Okay, I must have missed something somewhere in the translation, because I don't know how this match came about. I mean, I didn't think Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton had any issues with each other. And, but yeah, I mean, I really could have, done without this. I didn't get anything from it. I really think that, Trish wants to get in the ring and, help put another wrestle her over, even though Tiffany really doesn't need it because she is the women's champion. But it's just another feather in her cap, so to speak, to let the fans see her and have Trish Stratus, one more hurrah. But yeah, I really didn't care too much for the match, for the promo. Really could have done without it. I gave it a D.
Alright, after that, we then went to the main event of the evening, the tag team matchup of Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo against LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. Hey, look, it's a match. This is 24/7. You're actually up first.
I thought it was all right. I thought they all did pretty good. It was a decent match. I thought all four guys was able to get their stuff in. I thought Solo looked pretty good. Jimmy actually looked pretty dang good too. But LA and Jimmy pretty much they started off pretty strong, fast paced. But Solo kept fighting back, and kept taking over. I thought Solo and Dave did a good job at getting their double team moves in and just being that heel tag team. So I thought they did good. They went back and forth. LA threw JC out of the ring at one point. And Paul Heyman was out there pretty much distracting the ref or whoever, and Leo or whatever the name they're calling him now, pretty much kicked LA's head off his damn shoulders. And was like, holy moly. As that was going on, Jimmy was in the ring. Solo was looking out like, what's going on? And Jimmy just rolled him up and got a win. I was okay with Jimmy getting the win with Jimmy and LA winning here, especially with Jimmy being the one to get the pin. I would have been a little happier if it wasn't a roll up. I feel like we just keep seeing roll ups all over the dang place. Let's see. I would have been happy to see a super kick splash and an actual pin to where it would make the match between Jimmy and Solo mean a little bit more, maybe, to where Jimmy actually got a clean win over him, but whatever. Solo gets up after he gets pinned, he's pissed off. He's screaming at Paul Heyman, it's your fault or whatever. He's like, what the hell, da-da-da. And LA comes up from behind, hits a BFT out. LA pumped up after that, he's talking shit, and Braun Breaker comes, spears LA. LA's laying there, and Reed hits a tsunami, and they pretty much left him laying. I mean, it's what they do. It's how they've been doing it. The spear, the tsunami, and they're leaving guys laying. So, all right, I'm okay with LA and Jimmy winning. The match was okay. I thought they all got their stuff in. They all look good. I'll go be mine.
Yeah, I thought this was a good match. I mean, in my opinion, though, I think Solo doesn't look as dominating with the title. I think somewhere along the line, he's going to end up losing that title, and this will make Jimmy Uso and give Jimmy Uso his first singles championship. Because I think if he loses the title, he'll lose it to Jimmy. But yeah, for some reason, it just seems that he's been taking the loss a lot lately. I've noticed, and yeah, but even before that, he had some pinfall losses, and it's just I mean, it was a good match. It was a nice way to end the show. It was nice to see two different people team up. I can't remember if I ever saw Jimmy Uso team with LA Knight before. So that was interesting to see with their contrasting styles and whatever. But I enjoyed it. I gave it a B.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was an entertaining match. Um, it was, I mean, a ton of fun. And, you know, I just so lost my train of thought here. I think one thing was kind of, that bothered my mind a little bit was during the Archer and Aleister Black match, the referee pulling chairs away, yet Charles Robinson was just allowing Kawatani to kick LA Knight in the face. There was no disqualification or no nothing. Okay. I mean, it wasn't no disqualification match. And, nobody came up JC Mateo. Yeah, he does a couple things that are kind of impressive, but to me, he's just a lesser Rhino.
Yeah.
He had the same build, but very limited. But he doesn't have that, like Gore. I mean, he does that little spin around, whee, I don't know. And I think it's just, build up with, the attack of Ron Breaker and, after to, swish LA Knight, just make it think, okay, once again, under on TV, over on a premium event, even though Cymax man really isn't a friend of, prime time nationwide. But it was a good backstage match. It was just over 9 minutes long, which, maybe they're left to cook a little longer. Maybe I would add a little on, but I gave it a B- overall.
Okay. So overall for SmackDown?
I can't go any higher than C+.
Okay, DJ?
I think, looking at all my grades, I got B- and C's for both of it. I'll go B-.
Yeah, I went B- as well. So that's our Friday Night SmackDown recap. Hope you all enjoyed it. Normally, when we do a show and when we do a recap show, we don't do a Nuggies News. I know that's what a lot of you people, when you tune in, you don't tune in to listen to me. You tune in to listen to the show and to get the information on Nuggies News. Because that's the reason I tune in, to be honest. That's the reason I do the show, is for Nuggies News. But I guess we do have a few what ifs that DJ put together today. So if you guys wouldn't mind checking those out for a minute, what you got, DJ?
So that Bengals player actually in the middle?
Yeah, we'll do that right after.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, we'll do this first. All right. Okay. So basically, I put together just kind of an evolution thing, being that that's what we're getting tonight. So I thought we could talk about it a little bit. So first one, we'll go. Which Charlotte and Alexa are the ones to win the titles? Can they be a dominant? Can they work together and be a dominant tag team champions?
I wouldn't say dominant, but I think they would make good tag team champions. Depending on how long WWE wants to keep the titles on them. But I just looked over my prediction show. I thought I had the Kabuki Warriors for tonight. I have Charlotte and yeah. But I mean, yeah, I think they'll make a good tag team. I wouldn't say dominant, but I think they'll do all right. They'll do real good.
Yeah, I mean, the thing when sorry, Rebecca, but I kind of compare it to when Cesaro and Sheamus became a tag team and became the bar. And I could see them doing that, unless you had to show up, we're not friends or whatever, and they're not friends, but they can tag together and get it, us, they try with Bianca and Jade, try to elevate the women's tag titles. I mean, if you can't elevate the women's tag team titles, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair to champions,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. In the back of my mind, I kind of hope they do win. I just feel like they will be they could be a dominant team, but we'll see. All right, what if Trish Stratus actually wins the women's title, the WWE Women's Championship? Does that mean Naomi comes in and captures it? Or do we actually get a little bit of a Trish Stratus championship run?
My thought on this was, is there a possibility Trish Stratus wins? Yes. Is there a possibility she then loses it? SummerSlam, maybe. If not, I'm not sure which was right after SummerSlam. Is that what Clash of Paris is?
Yep.
I think so.
So that's the next one after
SummerSlam. Yep.
So maybe, the end of August, maybe that's when she loses it to Clash of Paris. So give her, a month and a half title run. But I think inevitably, Naomi will cash in and win it. So I think if Trish wins, it's just that, if Naomi's going to cash in on her, it's really going to be well.
Yeah, Clash in Paris is July 31st. Or, wait a minute, no, August 31st, I think. I know it's a Sunday. And,
August 31st.
yeah. But, I mean, that's a good question. I really don't think that they're going to put the title on Trish. She's not full-time anymore. She is a mom.
If they do, now your opinion is
Right. Well, if they do, then, maybe she'll have a decent run. And like I said, maybe the next Premium Live event, she'll drop it to Naomi or back to Trish. We never know. But if she wins it, maybe they'll give her a decent title run. It'll be her 8th women's championship. And, you don't win 8 championships standing around waiting for a bus. So...
in my opinion, if she ends up winning tonight, I think Naomi comes out and captures it. But we'll see. All right, what if Nikki Bella wins this Battle Royal? Do we see her on TV for the next few weeks where she actually comes out and is a part of shit? Or no? Or do we not see much of her until SummerSlam?
I hope we don't see much of her until SummerSlam. I mean, I think they're bringing in the WWE's old school superstars to get their last run at glory. Get them out of the ring. I mean, okay, let them show up. Let them, hey, wave to the crowd. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. But I don't want to see. Maybe see Nikki Bella in the Battle Royal tonight. Okay, that's good. But if she wins it, I'm just gonna be so disappointed if Nikki Bella wins it because I think there's a lot of other women in that Battle Royal that could have a better chance of winning than her.
Clash at Paris. Easy for me to say. Passion cares, okay. So yeah, we'll see her for the next 6 weeks. I know they were looking to put her in like a premium style sub-main event match at Evolution until the Morgan got injured. So I think there was always going to be something for Nikki Bella to do. I mean, you talk like she's like let's see, I mean like Trish Stratus, okay. She's a veteran, she's 49 years old. You realize Nikki Bella just turned 41. She's a year and a half older than Charlotte Flair. She's not like this old, decrepit lady, like a Mae Young trying to do something. She's still, I mean, in the same active age that she's younger than Natalia. She's, so she's not this old, decrepit, so like she's in phenomenal shape. Was she ever the greatest wrestler? No. So I'm fine if they want to do something that's going to get more eyes to the women's division. So if she wins, I hope she hangs around a little bit.
Okay.
Definitely agree. Okay. When Rhea Ripley loses at Evolution, where does Rhea go from there?
Okay, you go first.
I forgot I went. Sorry. I don't really know. I mean, mid card maybe. I don't know. Does she get a chance for a shot at the mid card title? I don't know. I don't see Rhea losing. I really think Rhea is going to get the title back, only because maybe this will be the first time. Because I believe she has never beaten Io Sky, so this might be the first time that.
Said that about 38 times for the last 2 nights.
Yeah, they're making a big thing on it.
Yeah.
What does it mean she's going to win? If she loses, I mean, if she loses, I'm going to go a little bit outside the box here and looking at the idea that they're trying to do a renewed, possibly Alexa and Charlotte win, a renewed focus on the women's tag division. Get her a tag partner. Somebody else that's kind of can have that dark kind of attitude and I mean a couple of people come to mind. I know one Trip wouldn't mind seeing is like a Tatum Paxley coming up from NXT and being her tag partner. But let's just throw the money at the band and see how many dollar bills stick. Bring back Soraya and have Rhea Ripley and Paige in the tag team rock the women's tag division. So, maybe do something a little different just for a little while.
Yeah, like that. All right. What if Naomi beats Jade at Evolution? Does it hurt Jade more than if Naomi were to lose and then hurt her? Like,
Yes, I think if Jade loses to Naomi, it's obviously not going to be clean because it's no large match, but without anybody else getting involved, I think it hurts Jade tremendously. I think she has to win this match no matter what.
agree.
Naomi always, she's going to be Naomi with the briefcase no matter what happens. But if Jade loses, yeah, I think the Queen, needs to have momentum going into her title match at SummerSlam.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if Jade loses, this is going to be, a big blow to her. I really don't think she's going to lose. But I mean, with Naomi having the briefcase, I mean, they did put it on her for a reason. But yeah, I think if Jade Cargill does lose, it's gonna hurt her a bit.
Yeah, I think it definitely will hurt her more than if Naomi were to lose. news. So we'll see. All right, what if Lyra wins this IC title back? Does that mean we get just a short little run from her and it goes back somewhere because of how long she actually just held it? Or could we get another decent run from her?
I think her first run was okay. If she gets the title back, I think we might see a better run this time. But I would, I mean, if they put it back on her, she's a great talent. She's good in the ring, and her and Becky battling, and her and Bayley battling. I mean, it could be a great summer for those three. So we'll have to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, if she wins it, I mean, honestly, if she wins it, I wouldn't mind to see a little potato between these three. When Lyra wins it, and then in a month or two, Bayley wins it, and then in a month or two, back to Becky, and then back to, I mean, you know, I mean, I think with these three kind of, you know, playing commentating with this title, it gives a little bit of a focus on a mid-card title, which I think WWE needs to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if she does win it back, it will be a pretty quick transit, basically. it'll not take a, yeah. All right. What if one of the NXT women end up winning the Battle Royal, whoever it may be? Does she get called up to the main roster pretty much right away because of it, or do we get a story where an NXT woman in NXT is going for the title?
Yeah, that's interesting. If Southern NXT wins it, I can see them. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one yet. Because I can see, depending on who it is, I can see them staying on NXT until Lashley Harris kind of doing, staying in NXT wrestling, knowing they've got a title shot. So I think I like that better. I think I like it that way better. Well, once again, it depends on who it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Izzy Dane, Lash Legend, Kamani Martin, Lola Vice, Paxley, and Jada Parker. So, I mean, if something like Jada Parker wins, I think she's on the
Right. I mean, I don't see anybody from NXT winning the Battle Royal, but if I had to go,
It's not your prediction, it's if one of them does.
oh, okay. I was just going to make a statement, but okay. I think if one of them does win, I think a call up to the main roster before the end of the year should be justified. I mean, we're talking a battle royal here with some of the top roster stars in WWE. So, AJ Olsen.
I got two more. What if Bayley ends up winning this IC title? Can fans get behind it? And does it help her in any way? Or is she already at that part of her career where pretty much nothing's gonna hurt or help?
Well, I think that kind of goes both ways. I think the fans will still get behind her because it's Bayley. I mean, the crowd loves her. And as far as the title reign goes, I mean, I think she can take it. And I think the fans will love it. I think they'll get behind her.
Yeah, if she wins, I think it's going to be, depending on who she beats, if if she wins and pins Becky and the pins are the last behind her, but if she underhandedly beats Lyra, it might be a little bit of a step down, only because of Lyra's fandom. Because I think it's really going to be dependent on who she beats with. I think if she wins the fandom behind her, whether it be positively or negatively, they'll be fucking.
All right, one more. What if Jordan Grace actually wins this NXT title? Can she have a long, like a nice long dominant reign, or is it just a quick little thing to get her that title and then she gets brought up?
I think if she does win, she's the champion until next year's stand order. I don't see anybody on that roster. Maybe Blake Monroe can eventually be that, but I don't see, so how long they transition with Julie and Stephanie McCare so they get into the roster. I can see her holding this title like an Ola Penny style run in the women's division all the way until standing order.
Yeah, I definitely agree because I mean, right now she's the big name on NXT right now, and I think if she wins this title, they're gonna have it on her for quite a long time.
Yeah, I mean, just by looking at her, just her looks alone, she can have a long dominant run if they do it
Right.
We'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I got. We'll see how it goes tonight.
All righty. And right now we are going to do our Saturday night's main event recap. We hope everybody enjoyed Saturday night's main event. So without any further ado, Greg, let's get us started.
All right. Well, this week, you know what? Shaylee always starts off with promos on SmackDown. Let's keep our lead-off hitter on Sundays up first here of the good old button trailer.
Go right ahead.
It says last night, Saturday night's main event opened up a big matchup of Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Once again, Mr. 24/7, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So yeah, I loved it that it started. Not just because that's what I chose, but being that it was Randy Orton coming out to kick everything off, the fans loved it. I mean, they were singing obviously like they always do, singing that song, and everybody got pumped up for the start of the show. Randy comes out, he's got Belly Roll with him. They come down, and Drew ends up coming out. He's got Logan with him. I thought both guys looked good. They both had a good match. Right off the rip in the beginning, they end up outside, and Drew tries to put Randy through the announce table, doing Randy's back body drop, or back drop or whatever that he does there. He didn't quite to Randy, it didn't break, but he gave it to him. And they end up going to a commercial. And like before this started, that said to me, like, no, this is Saturday Night Main Event. We're gonna get commercials. I forgot all about it. I kept going into it thinking it's premium live, so I'm just like, dang, we're gonna get a whole bunch of commercials. So they go into a commercial there. When they come back, Randy pretty much he took over. And they're in the ring, and he starts doing his thing, his clotheslines, gets his power slam. He throws Drew outside. He gives Drew 3 of the back drops onto the announce table. Still no break. Still didn't break. Like, all right. He throws him back in. He hits his draping DDT. And Logan ends up doing something where he distracted Randy. He turns around, Drew hits a Claymore, and he pins him, and it's 1, 2, and Randy gets his foot on the rope at the last minute. Like, all right, cool. And then Jelly gets pissed, and him and Logan, they end up doing a little something out on the outside there. And as they're doing that, Drew's looking out, kind of distracted, looking out like what's going on. He turns around, boom, RKO.
Ooh.
And Randy gets the win. So basically, I'm happy Randy wins. I think he's due for a win. And I think I don't think it hurts Drew that much, even though he just came back. I think we get more Randy Drew here in the future. I think we get a nice storyline going with them. Randy just won the first one out of it. So Randy gets the win, then Logan comes in, attacks Randy again like he did the night before. Jelly takes him, does that thing, little slam, slams him down on the ground. But then Logan gets up and he throws a punch at Jelly, and he blocked it, and Jelly actually throws a punch. And I thought it was a pretty dang good looking, working punch that he threw. So he went to them, and Jelly and Randy are standing there, and then Drew Claymore's Jelly Roll. Laid him out. It's like, oh shit. And he talks a little bit of shit to him, like, what did you expect? What did you think was gonna happen? You're in my ring, da 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 da. And he laid Jelly Roll out, and Randy gets up, he's like, what happened? Like he didn't know. What happened? Da 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 da. So basically, Randy gets the win, Drew gets the last laugh. I'm going to start off with a solid B. Okay.
Yeah, this was a good match to start Saturday night's main event. I thought it was a surprise that they started this Saturday night's main event off with this match. I even sent a message to Greg when Randy was outside it, when Randy was in the ring and Jelly Roll was outside. I said to Greg, I said, man, Jelly Roll looks like he's wearing a trash bag. That shit's just so big on him now since he lost all that weight. But yeah, like DJ said, I agree with him. I think this is going to be a list of things to come between matches between these two. It's going to be a good series of matches if they have them. I think that, the right guy won. Randy getting one up on him. I think Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre might actually make a pretty decent team. And but I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a good way to start off. I gave it a B.
All right, I love next. This was a physical battle between two big and strong guys, and you expected the beat down to did their moves. A little bit, after that, with everything I was trying to say about the match, the after match was over, when Logan Paul, and it was beaten down out of the Jelly Roll play over all that. Nick Aldis was saying, Adam Pearce turned money down, yelling and screaming, and McIntyre, the in-ring chemistry that Orton and McIntyre, I know they've had to have faced each other previously, but you don't see them. It hasn't been a while that they've done it. It was great. It really was. The timing and the perfection of the transitions were seamless. They were like performing games. It just looked really good. Looked really smooth. Just the bullshit that happened after. I really didn't care for. They found out later on. They were talking about saying he wanted to get his hands on Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, and he wanted to do it at SummerSlam. So that's the first official match at SummerSlam. Okay. Alright, Big SummerSlam in LA Stadium, we got to fill 12 or 14 matches somehow. So let's not use Austin Theory or some of these other guys who've been on the roster for years.
Right.
But yeah, I did enjoy the match. I gave this a solid grade.
All right.
During the customary quote-unquote who's at ringside spots, they were going through initial Jade Cargill, and then out of nowhere, Naomi attacked her, spilling all over the ring carrier, and Nick Aldis came out and that Bianca Belair would be the special referee for their match on Evolution. Did you guys like grade that or anything? Or
Well, I didn't grade it, but I mean, I got a comment on it.
okay.
I mean, I think this is where I mean, I want to see a Bianca heel turn here. I want to see Bianca somehow cause Jade to lose this match. Whether, you know how sometimes they're running into their opponent and they move and they hit the referee. Well, I think that's going to happen in this match. And Bianca's going to get all bent out of shape with Jade. And she's going to push her. And when she pushes her, down she goes. And Naomi just, does something to end up with a sneaky 3 count or Bianca with a fast count. And I just think that this is where tonight we might actually see a Bianca heel turn.
Sounds eerily similar to a matchup where Bianca Belair was a referee leading to it then became a triple threat match at WrestleMania because she got hit by Lido Sky and Rhea. Let's just keep recycling storylines.
No. Yeah, I didn't even see this. I think I went out for a smoke. I came back in, Dustin told me about it. So, see what happened.
After we went to United States Championship match on Rose and Jimmy Uso taking on the champion Solo Sikoa. Chevy, you were up first, so guys, it's going to roll in for a second, put a different shot.
All right. Yeah, this match was kind of how I thought it was going to go. It's a thing where, they got to get involved again. They always seem to get involved. I mean, that's basically what they're there for. I thought it was a good match. Solo ends it with the spike. You got interference on the guys from outside the ring. But it was an interesting match. I really think, like I said before, I really think this is going to be somewhere along the line where Solo is going to end up losing the U.S. title eventually to Jimmy Uso, giving Jimmy his very first singles title. But that's just my opinion on it. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing him going at it again for another match. But maybe a match on SmackDown or whatever. But I don't think this is a premium live event type match. So, but I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good. Solo got the W. I gave it a B+.
Okay, I am up next, and I mean, as a match, it was better than expected, and I don't even know, I don't think I can mention it. But after the match was over, was really, for me, it really stepped up. Jimmy Uso, he's never going to have the same chemistry with anybody else, whether it be in a tag team or one-on-one as he does with his brother Jay. But after the match, we had Solo, Tiger Kaloa, and Jason Mateo start to beat down on Jimmy Uso until Jacob Fatu came out. Weeks after being thrown through the reinforced announcer table, and we then got, a face-off between Talatanga and Jacob Fatu. And the crowd was like, they were all bored. And I think that they got to keep this Talatanga as dominant as he's looking. I mean, the matchup between the two of them can be really good. But this was a really, really good, solid match, and I give him a second straight solid beat.
Okay.
Mr. 24/7.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty solid match also. Obviously Solo and Jimmy being brother, the chemistry is there. They have chemistry from probably their whole lives of wrestling together. And so the chemistry's there and it made for a good match. I thought Jimmy started off the match strong. He was bringing it to Solo for the first few minutes. But Solo obviously was able to keep fighting back. Solo hit a couple slams on him, kind of like power slams or whatever. Hard. Slammed him down hard a couple times. But he went back. Big move. I'm going to keep calling him Ukulele. I can't remember what they call him, but he interfered a couple times in the match, and no one else did. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So yeah, he gets involved a couple times. They go to commercial. Come back, Solo's in control. And he just go back and forth for a while. And they hit a big suplex. They're like on the outside of the ring, but on the outside of the rope, they're on the hard part of the mat. Suplex there, which hurt. And he gets them back in. Jimmy ends up hitting a slash for a close 2 count. And then he throws Solo out, and there's Solo sitting there, and he's with Macy, and he's with Ukulele, and they're all together. And right there, you're like, okay, they're about to catch Jimmy. So Jimmy jumps out, taking them all out. And he gets back on the ring, and he gives Ukulele a nice kick. And then Solo kind of just grabs him through the rope and rolls him up for the win. I thought it was a solid match, just kind of a crappy finish with the roll up. But I'm not going to let it affect my grade because they both did great. So I'm going to go solid B here.
Yeah. I mean, there's really not much to say. I just thought that it was a good match. The right person won, I believe. And we're going to probably see another couple matches between them.
You already talked about this match. I'm sorry, I lost track.
I started.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay, well, I went anyway, but okay.
After that, we then went to the matchup of LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. I lead off in it. So, I mean, I don't know where to start with this. I have my Seth Rollins channel today. And the match was going along. And they were doing their moves. LA Knight, did his whole, jump up on him, stand on the middle of the LA Knight, and the elbow, and, just probably started getting close to what he thought may have been heading towards, his moves. He did the one, the one off the rope and rope off the other rope, and then he did a backflip off of the rope and landed, and then immediately tweaked something in his knee. Tried to spin back up, and then immediately went down, rolled in the corner. Referee Jessica Carr said something to her. She then stepped in and stopped LA Knight from going on. The look on his face, the look on Paul Heyman's face, like, oh shit. Okay. And then at first I'm thinking, okay, is he just playing possum here? Where, he's going to get up and LA Knight's not going to be looking, he's going to, go over and go in, and I really don't think Seth Rollins is kind of that big of a weasel. So then I'm like, okay, maybe he's doing this to distract LA Knight so that Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed can come out of nowhere. And then kind of gets him, smacks his knee, and then, kicks him in the thigh. And then getting a one more shot of the moment, the match is over, and everybody was shocked and stunned. I mean, from everything, everywhere that I read, this obviously was not kayfabe. He felt something. He did something. Whether it's a serious, legitimate knee injury where he needs to get surgery on that knee again, and it's up for 6 to 9 months again, or it's like he got hurt, around all the time where he just needed a few weeks off. But we know for a long time that he's had this knee injury. He talked about possibly having surgery on it before, so we'll have to see what happens. But I mean, I love Seth Rollins. I got his hat right here. What this potentially mean? I think it's an F.
An F?
F as in fucking this sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is very, very unfortunate. Especially being equal to the briefcase, this is going to put a wrench in everything. I think all the plans they had going on, for Seth and the briefcase and all that, it just sucked, man. But they started off good. They started off having a pretty good match. Both guys were able to get the stuff in. When Seth did the flip and landed, I'm just like, here we go again, because we've seen it happen to him a few times before. I'm just like, dang it. But then I was like, kind of what you were thinking. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe he's playing here. I thought maybe once Jessica Carr goes over to him in the corner, not looking, I thought maybe we'd get a spear from Braun or something. But we didn't. The look on Paul Heyman's face, I'm like, damn it, this is real. This is really happening. Even like LA Knight, like when Seth got up and he BFP'd him to get the win, LA was pissed. You can even read his lips. He was like, what the fuck? And Jess is like, why is he mad? He won. Like, because they had a set, they knew what they were going to do, and they had to do something different. They get mad, they get pissed when shit don't go right. So I think probably LA was probably upset that Seth got hurt too, for Seth. So it's just unfortunate that, one of the probably could have been best matches of the whole night got ruined. So yeah, it sucks, man, especially because what's going to happen with the little group they got going now is Seth has to have time off. Now they got a group that they just put together. What happens there? You got Paul Heyman who, his whole thing is working with somebody. Now what? You go back to somebody else, what happens now? You know, so there's so many. What the heck's gonna go on now because of this? So it's very unfortunate. I don't even have a grade for it. I mean, I'll go off of the match that we got before it happened. I mean, I thought they did good. I'll go C. I'll just go in the middle here and go C. Being that they did have a good few minutes of fighting, you know, some good wrestling at first. I'm gonna go C here. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, see, a lot of times you can't tell what's kayfabe and what's not. I was expecting, you know, Seth Rollins to not say, you know, not like fake it there, but make it look like he's gonna somehow get the pin or the win without people saying anything about the knee, and then, you know, maybe come out and cash in, which didn't happen. But yeah, this could be something serious for Seth Rollins. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen if he has to be out for an extended period of time. I know he's on the team, but so we'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, all of a sudden I'm sitting there watching the match, and I see LA Knight with the BFT, and I was like, "That's it? What the hell happened?" And then I realized Seth was probably, "Hey, my knee's in bad shape. Let's end the match," and that's what they ended up doing. So, and based on what I saw for the match, I thought it was pretty good. I gave it a C plus.
Well, I mean, if he is out for, for an extended period of time, I mean, he has until July 5th of next year to cash in. So it's not that he has to relinquish the briefcase. And then after that, we go into the main event of the evening, as it was a world heavyweight title shot. Where Slipper is retired, Goldberg is retirement match challenge. This is 24/7 you are up.
All right. Can't believe I'm going to say it, but this was actually a halfway decent match. I thought Goldberg did way better than I thought he would do. Goldberg kind of started off slow, but strong. Like he looked strong in the beginning. He was just moving slow. Gunther throws some chops at him, and he kind of like laughed along. Like, yeah, what is that? And he started throwing Gunther around a little bit. And he went for the jackhammer right in the beginning. Gunther's like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. And Gunther kind of takes over for a minute, and he starts getting some stuff in, and Goldberg keeps fighting back, and he went for a spear, and Gunther again, he's like, yep, no, you ain't getting this stuff on me yet. And he rolls out of the ring. They fought outside for a minute, and Goldberg went for a spear on the outside. He ends up going through the barricade. And then we get a commercial break, and then we come back in the ring, and they're going back and forth, They're still throwing, Gunther's still throwing chops, and you can tell now it's starting to hurt him a little, Goldberg a little bit. Because you can't laugh off Gunther's chop for too long. I mean, them things gotta hurt. So we get more chops, and Goldberg starts flipping a little bit. You can tell his knee is kind of hurting him too. But he gets right there, he kind of shakes off the knee a little bit and hits a big spine buster on Gunther, which I thought looked good. And then, Gunther kind of shakes it off and gets back up. And then Goldberg goes for a spear. Gunther moves and he spears the referee. I was like, really? I didn't expect to see the referee get knocked out in this match, but whatever. So the referee's down. And then Gunther starts going at Goldberg's knee, kicking him, da-da-da. Then he rips his knee brace off, and he's like holding it up. He's like, yeah, da-da-da. He goes outside, and he starts talking to the Gage, Goldberg's son. And I think he pushed him or something, and then Gage dumps the barricade, comes over like he's going to do something. And all the security guards kind of grab him, and that put an end to that quick. Gunther gets back in. This is where we get the jackhammer. So we get a spear jackhammer for a 2 count. When he hit the spear and jackhammer, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way. Are they really about to end it right now? But no, he gets up, he kicks out. And you can tell when he kicked out, he gets up and he's really quick. He goes right up to him, puts him in the sleeper hold. It was weird though, because it was almost like Goldberg didn't know how to pass out without passing out. You know what I mean? It looked weird. He passed it out real quick. The ref calls it, and then he tells it. He just kind of sits right up right away, and he's kind of like, "What do you mean? Why is the match done?" type thing. So, kind of a weird finish, I guess. I mean, I was expecting a sleeper hold at the end and a Goldberg pass out, but I thought Goldberg would at least sell it a little bit, and he didn't. He kind of sat right back up, and that was the end of it.
Hey, Jamie.
Like I said, I thought Goldberg did better than I was expecting. The match went a little better than I thought it would. I'm glad Gunther retained. I really didn't want to see Goldberg have any kind of run. And the other thing I was thinking too was, I wonder if this got changed because of what happened in the match before. I don't know. Maybe was Seth supposed to run out here and maybe not cash in, but at least run out? And who knows, right? So I don't know. But I thought Goldberg did okay. I'll go B- here. It was definitely better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought, excuse me, I got to give it to Goldberg, man. 58 years old, and he actually looked like he was still in pretty good shape. I mean, when Gunther hit him with those chops in the beginning of the match, Goldberg was just like, okay. And you don't take too many of those, like DJ said. You don't take too many of those and keep standing. But, kudos to Goldberg. Was his final match. Like I said, unfortunately, I told Greg earlier, I didn't get to see the celebration afterwards because it cut right off at 10:57 on my TV. So I didn't get a chance to see that. But, I mean, Gunther won. Yes, okay. I believe the right person won. Goldberg can now just ride off into the sunset and, watch this kid do football or wrestling or whatever the hell he wants to do. But being a guy at 58 years old and still having, the guts to get back in the ring, it's definitely a different time in wrestling now than it was when Goldberg started. But just to get back in the ring at 58 years old and be in the shape that he's still in and, end up, submitting or not submitting, but passing out from the sleeper. I got to give it to him. I thought he looked real strong in that aspect. I gave it a B.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this definitely was a better match than it should have been. And that was the whole thing with everything that went on, the laughing after the first chop. Like, okay, all right, I see what this is going to be. It was a slow, methodical. It was, doing things to Gunther that make Gunther, think twice. Charles Robinson. I mean, after getting squashed by John Cena, he gets speared and it disappeared like a burger. He didn't see him anywhere at all. I thought maybe he was going to get involved. Maybe he would have come in earlier. But, get a little confrontation there, kind of, refreshing what happened back in Dead Blood last year, which is kind of what led this. But the whole thing felt like, oh shit, we're on NBC. We can't go straight to the top of the hour. We've got to end the show at 9:57. And that last 40 minutes, I don't know if it was on NBC, I don't know if it popped up on Peacock. Kurt Goldberg was in the ring and, for about 30 seconds, got to thank people. He apologized for losing in Atlanta for the first time in his career. And, it almost seemed like it should have been saved for premium event. They could not have done Gunther over. I don't know if they could have done Gunther over and they were champions. And I think over the last 2 minutes that there was we could have done the exact same thing.
Yep.
But the match was just okay. I didn't give it a B minus.
All right. So overall for Saturday night's main event, guys.
A B minus overall.
B minus.
Yep. I agree as well. So that was our recap of Friday Night SmackDown and Saturday night's main event. Tonight is Evolution, the all women's premium live event. I believe there's 7 matches, Greg. So, and I mean, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a really good show. You got a lot of good matches. What do we got? We got the Battle Royal. We got the tag team match.
JCJ against Jordan Grace for the NXT Women's title. Ian Striker defending the Women's World title against Rhea Ripley. The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Division Tag Championship. The Judgment Days were Calendar and Roxanne Perez against Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, against Soul Gonzario, and then the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kyrie Sane. We have Tiffany Stratton defending the Women's World Championship against Trish Stratus. Jade Cargill Naomi in a no-hold-water match with Bianca Belair as a special referee. And then we have a triple threat IC title match with Becky defending Bayley and Lyra. The 20 participants that are advertised for the Battle Royal are Stephanie O'Keefe, Ivy Nile, Nia Jackson, Nikki Bella, Natalia, Maxine Dupree, Alani Jordan, Jada Parker, Lola Vice, Lex Legend, Izzy Dane, Tatum Paxton, Zelina Vega, Julia, Candice, and last night again, Ethan, Legion, Chelsea, Piper, and Aqua Fire.
All right. And that is the premium live event tonight known as Evolution. Hope you all enjoy the premium live event. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a couple of matches on there. So, guys, anything else you want to add before we close up? All right, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in on TikTok. So on behalf of on behalf of the Nuggets Greg and Mr. 24/7, this is the illustrious. What's that?
I can see his skirt is already running to go to the bathroom.
And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch us all later on.